This is the quote unprotected account. It is a standard Microsoft Office mail account, but it is protected using their Advanced Threat Protection. And this is the so-called protected account. It is protected by Avanan's platform. So what I'm going to do is send a piece of malware to both. I'm going to do that from Gmail. So let's compose a message in Gmail and send it to both the unprotected and the protected accounts. I'll fill in a subject and then attach a few files. Now, we have a number of real malware that we can send. In fact, what I'm going to do is show it from the attacker's point of view, where I can actually send a handful of different pieces of malware. And what you'll notice is as it's being uploaded, Google will scan each file for malware. And you'll notice the first one got through, and then it actually detected a virus in a couple of them. So what we found is that if it gets through Google, it will actually make it through Office. We don't know why, but that's the trend we've seen. So I'm obviously not going to send the viruses. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of these and send a piece of malware that is a little bit more benign. So what I'm going to do is go to a website where you can actually download these files yourself. It's called checkyourstep.com. And what this does is actually generate malware kind of in the same way that the malware factories do by creating a brand new version of each piece of malware. You can actually download multiple versions of them. It creates a new one. You can download it, create another one, download it. Each one of these is seen as unique by your virus scanners, each with its own hash and everything. So let me open up one of these files just to show you what it looks like. You've probably seen something similar in your inbox from the real ransomware writers. But if we look at the embedded macro, you can see here that this macro opens up Internet Explorer, and because visibility is set to true, you can actually see it happen. But of course, if this were real malware, you wouldn't even see it happen. In this case, it goes back to that website, checkyourstep.com, and frankly speaking, this file should never reach your inbox. So I'm going to take one of these, attach it to the email, and of course, Google says it's okay, so I'll send it to both, and they arrive in the inbox. There we go. So the malware requested made it through, and we can see, of course, that Microsoft's inherent security, including their advanced threat protection, allowed that file to get through immediately. Now, on the Avanan side, of course, we replaced that file with a text file that says the file is being scanned. And then, once it's been scanned by both the signature-based systems and the AI systems and the sandboxing systems, the file is replaced, basically telling the user that the attachment has been quarantined. One of the options we offer is to replace that file with a sanitized version that would download the Word file but strip it of all macros. So let's see what this looks like from Avanan's point of view. I'm going to open up the Avanan dashboard, and first let's look at the security stack that we have deployed on the Avanan platform. So on the left you can see the cloud SaaS that we're monitoring, including the Office 365 email. And then along the top you can see the variety of tools that we've deployed on the platform to monitor each file. You can see the range of antivirus that we're using to monitor, from Checkpoint to OnLab to Bitdefender and Kaspersky. We're using two different malware sandboxing tools, Checkpoint and Palo Alto, predictive malware from Silence, as well as anti-phishing from Siren. So let's look at the attachment we just sent. So you can see that both the Sophos and Checkpoint antivirus thought that file was okay, which is not surprising because it was designed to bypass the signature-based systems. Silence, the AI tool, identified it as suspicious, as well as the Checkpoint Sandblast, the sandboxing tool. They identified it as a potential malware. And the benefit of the sandboxing tool is we can actually see why it was considered malware. We can see the screenshots from the sandboxing as well as the applications that open. In this case, opening up Internet Explorer. So again, this is something you can test on your own. I recommend going to checkyourstep.com, download your own piece of malware, and see if it gets through your mail system. If it hits your inbox, you are not secure. So the point of the demonstration is to show that the only way to defend yourself against today's attacks is a multi-vendor, multi-technology platform that uses different technologies to test for malware.